Today we're going to replace a broken pull start rope on this straight shaft Husqvarna weed trimmer. 323L string trimmer. 2-stroke. This is where the rope and handle are supposed to be mounted so you can pull the thing to start it. And this is the cover plate that has to come off in order to get to the mechanism and fix it. There's 2 screws, one either side on the top, one through the middle right here. Pull the back cover off. This is what you have. You've got your reel, and underneath the reel is the spring. And basically it pulls, if you're looking at it this way, it pulls counterclockwise and then winds back up. So what you want to do is get your rope ready. I bought the size 3 rope, which is I believe 3 millimeters, and it came with 3 handles. I'll put a link for it in the description and you can get it yourself. This is a really good bargain price on all this rope and the 3 separate handles. You could pay more than that for 1 rope and handle at your local store. There's about 32 feet of rope in this package, which is a really nice amount. And here's the handle. It's a basic solid hard plastic handle with a little bit of an angle to it, easy to grip. I like these kind of handles. And we're going to show you the best way to fix this to make sure you've got it wound up right and that you don't bend the spring or damage this while you're putting the new rope in. This pickup pulley here has a little cutout in it. That's to put the string in so you can wind the rope a little tighter once you get it together. But if you want to work around that and not use that, the way I was taught how to do it is to manually turn the pulley all the way until the spring tightens and won't go anymore, and then back it up until the access hole where the rope goes through lines up with the spot in the pulley where the rope's going to tie off to. And then you feed it through the frame hole, through the access hole, and tie it off. Then let go and let the pulley wind it back up. And if we've got this out, we flipped it over, make sure this, shoot, I popped it out. Now I've got to put it back. When you set the spool back down onto the stem, make sure the top of the stem, the orange part, is flush or a little bit above the inner lip of the take-up spool, and then quickly reinsert your washer and screw in there so it doesn't accidentally come apart on you. Once you've got the center screw and washer set up, we're going to keep the rope engaged into that little notch right there so we can freely spin it around to tighten the spring. I started out by winding it 6 full turns and then pulling it out to see if there was room for more. I felt that there was. I pulled it out 2 more turns and it was too tight. The spring was bottoming out and I ended up with 7 full turns. All right, I wrapped it up 7 circles around the spool, and that seems to be enough. All right, here we are all done. And the idea here is to make sure when you're putting the rope on that when the rope is fully extended and you can't pull anymore, the tie-off point needs to be right in this area right here. If it's like around this way or even as far as this, that means you've overwound the spring and you need to take 1 loop off of it. It should be right about here, right about here at your maximum extension of rope. And the other thing is when you're putting the rope handle on, just simple, you put the rope through the handle and tie it off in here. Don't let it hang too loose. Make sure you got a little bit of tension on it so that when you let go of the handle, it stays there and doesn't flop around and get in your way. All right, let's put the 3 bolts back together to hold this in place and see how it goes. It works great. Do it yourself and save some money.